All right, final video 3.3, finding the average rate of change for a function. Whenever they talk about average rate of change, or if they talk about the slope of the secant line, we're going to do the slope between 2 points, which means slope m equals the second y coordinate minus the first y coordinate over second x coordinate minus the first x coordinate. So y sub 2 minus y1, x sub 2 minus x sub 1. I just call it second y minus first y over second x minus first x. So we could do this by hand. For our first problem here, f of x is equal to 3x squared plus 5. Again, remember that's y equals this. And we could do this by hand by plugging in the 1 and the 3 into the x to find the y coordinate. Probably won't take that long. But another technique is, if you get to some bigger functions, is just to type the function into y1, graph it in your Zoom 6 window, and hit the trace button and type in the first x coordinate that you're given. They're going to give you the interval. So the numbers that are provided here is the first x and the second x. They should always have these listed in numerical order. So the first x is 1. I went trace, 1, enter, and it gave me an 8 once I had it graphed. So that's my first point. Then I'm going to type in a 3, enter. It gives me a y coordinate of 32. This is my second point. And from here, I'm going to use the slope formula. Second y 32 minus 8 over second x3 minus 1. 24 over 2 reduces to 12. That's the average rate of change of this function between these two x coordinates. It is also known as the slope of the secant line. It's just when you have 2 points on a function and you connect them together with a straight line, that's called a secant line. All right, so go ahead and pause the video. Try this one on your own with your calculator. And when you have it, we'll double check you. So please pause. Okay, welcome back. So we go to y equals, we'll type in 6x cubed. And again, I'm using my older 83 screenshots here. That's the raised to the power of 3. So that would give you that text box in the newer 84. Minus 12x plus 5. Just hit graph because you've already we set the window to Zoom 6 from the previous one. You'll get this graph. I hit the trace button. I type in my first x of negative 1. Gives me a y coordinate of 11. So that's my first point. I type in a 1. That's going to give me my second point. So my second point's at 1 comma negative 1. Go to the slope formula, negative 1 second y minus 11. That will be negative 12. 1 minus negative 1. So that's going to be minus a negative will make that plus plus. So that's 1 plus 1 is 2. Negative 12 divided by 2 is negative 6. And there's the end of our last video for section 3.3.